Welcome to Portugal. In this video we are spending 48 hours in the city trying out the best food and seeing the best places that you cannot miss when coming to Lisbon. And I'm here with my very own local guide, my Portuguese boyfriend. So let's go off and explore. Lisbon is easily and affordably accessible by metro and bus. We took the metro into town and walked towards our accommodation from Praça Martim Moniz. My boyfriend had warned me about the 7 hills of Lisbon, so imagine my surprise when I saw this escalator helping us on our way up. We stayed at an affordable apartment in the center of town for only 30 euros per person per night. It was only a stone throw away from the famous Miradouros, the viewpoints overlooking Lisbon's oldest district, Alfama. We are staying very close to the Miradouros, which are the viewpoints, and we are just taking in the views right away. With its charming streets, fado sounding in the background, and traditional restaurants, it is the place to be. We walked past the Portas do Sol and Santa Lucia viewpoints on our way down to the Lisbon Cathedral, dating back to 1147. You can visit it with the treasury for 7 euros. Then we finally made our way down to the Tagus River banks. From the Praça de Comércio, we walked through the Arco Triunfal into the Rua Augusta. This area is famous for its high street shopping, but the real gems to shop authentic, traditional products at shops that have survived centuries you can find in the Chiado area right next to it. Luvaria Ulisses is a tiny shop selling gloves of exquisite quality. Livraria Bertrand was founded in 1732 and was declared the oldest operating bookstore in the world. To this day, you can still find a huge array of books at this store. Here are some of my boyfriend's favorite Portuguese books. Casa das Velhas Loreto is a handmade candle store dating back all the way to 1789. After our stroll through the Chiado district and all its beautiful shops, we walked back to the boat terminal. After doing some sightseeing around the city, we are now ready to go on a 2 to 2.5 hour boat tour on the river. We should be passing by the Torre de Belém, which should be under reconstruction, which is why we don't want to walk all the way there, but it will be nice to see it from the boats. And then there will be an open bar, which should be all-inclusive, and we should be able to see the sunset as well. From here, you can take a boat trip on the Rio Tejo, the longest river in the Iberian Peninsula, ending into the Atlantic here in Lisbon, which you can book through the link in the description below. This one here is not daily, but includes the after party as well. We boarded the boat around 6 and headed straight for a beer and a sangria. The bar gets busy at the start, but then the line soon disappears as you take off on your journey along the Tejo River banks. Along the way, you pass by iconic landmarks like the Padrão dos Descobrimentos and the Belém Tower, which is still being restored until May of 2026. As we turned back towards the city, the full moon rose behind the Ponte 25 de Abril, and I could not believe my eyes. As the sun set, the moon seemed to illuminate the Cristo Rei statue. Or maybe that was the unlimited sangria, but nonetheless, it was a magical experience. It was then time for an unforgettable, authentic Portuguese evening in the old Alfama district. A tasca is essentially a Portuguese bistro. They are cheap, family-run, and you can enjoy a traditional Portuguese meal with a drink for about 10 to 20 euros most of the time. I wanted to try the piglet at O Arco, but it was the Alentejo-style pork that truly stole the show. I will think about this meal for the rest of my life. We ended our day at Típica Bar for a local, non-touristy fado experience that blew our socks off.
E por nós é ceguida, chinelas de veludo e o lenço de tricana. Agora vem daí
Todo amor não vivido, a chorar o coração.
This night was one of the best local experiences I have had anywhere. Last night was truly unforgettable, from the boat trip with the moon rising over the Lisbon Bridge, the sunset. It was absolutely insane. And then the dinner that followed, I swear I will think of until I can have it again one day, because it was so good and we were so lucky that they still took us because it was getting a bit late. But that was an unforgettable meal, truly. And then the next recommendation we went to was a proper authentic Fado live concert in a bar literally the size of a small living room, filled to the brim with people, just so passionate towards Fado and everything. It was incredible. It was probably the most amazing experience you could have compared to the dinners that they do, where you have to pay for a dinner and then you get a show, but it's not really like this with only locals. Today we are going to Feira da Ladra. So it is the very famous market with some antiques, some cute bits and bobs. So I'm very excited to go and check it out and see if I can score some nice souvenirs. The next morning we headed to the Feira da Ladra, the famous market that takes place every Tuesday and Saturday. The market is located next to the National Panteon. This one you can visit for €10 and it houses the final resting places of some Portuguese legends, from Vasco da Gama to the most famous fado singer and football player. You can climb all the way to the top for a panoramic view over the city. We passed by the Mosteiro de São Vicente da Fora on our way down to grab a bifana for lunch. There was a line of people to try this famous snack. However, they have another location without a line of people, where we tried the delicious bifana and prego with the typical mustard and some peri-peri sauce. We then hopped on the bus to Belém. We have made our way to the Mosteiro Jerônimos, but unfortunately this is the line. We did not come prepared. If you do want to come here, come either early or make sure you already have your tickets. And then there is a time slot. So all these people are waiting to get in at their time slot. So definitely good to know. We'll skip it and hopefully do it another time. However, the trip wasn't for nothing. We walked in the direction of the grand monument celebrating Portugal's 15th century age of discovery and its explorers. We got to take a closer look at the statues depicting prominent figures from that time. Even though we were still full from the bifana and the prego, we had to try the best pastéis de nata in the world. Don't be fooled by the enormous line here, because the shop next door sells the exact same ones without the line. Locals and tourists agree that these pastéis are worth the hype and the price. My best friend ate no less than 6 pastéis de nata here. I loved this cute charm jewelry store nearby, and we then took the bus again to the LX Factory, where you can find many more cool boutique shops. Don't miss out on the ones on the first level. Back in town, we quickly headed towards the Cine Society open-air rooftop cinema, with a great sunset view over the city and the stunning Santa Justa elevator. For €14.50, you can enjoy a movie here. Make sure to dress appropriately because it does get cold at night. You do receive a pillow and a blanket to get comfy, and you can buy pizza and popcorn here. It was truly a unique experience. Afterwards, we headed to Bom Jardim to try their famous roast chickens, and for €11 per person, it did not disappoint. My boyfriend had one more surprise up his sleeve, because after trying a bitok for lunch, which I did really enjoy, we visited the Aquarium in Lisbon. My boyfriend is a marine biologist and he used to work at this aquarium. So we enjoyed our visit, watching the sharks and rays swim by as he told me all about his time here. A date at the aquarium is my dream date. If you have some more time to spend in Portugal, there is quite a bit that you can visit around the city as well. Here were some day trips that the tourism office offers, but we took the local bus from Campo Grande to Óbidos. It takes only 1 hour and it costs €9 per person and is especially cute around Christmas time. In the next video, I will show you guys around Sintra and the coastline near Lisbon, which if you have some more time to spend, is a must visit. That is it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see the rest of these Portuguese videos. And then I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!